If you're watching this video, you should have heard about fractionation before. Today, I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions about fractionation as a seduction tactic. If fractionation is new to you, here's what you need to know about the technique in 5 bullet points. 1. Originally a hypnosis technique, it is now used as a seduction tactic, and it involves bringing the target through an emotional roller coaster. 2. Each cycle of fractionation involves 2 steps. The first step is to induce emotional turmoil, often by inflicting mental pain. The second step is to resolve the conflict and introduce pleasure. You then repeat the cycle. 3. With enough fractionation cycles, the target develops emotional addiction to the inflictor. 4. The most extreme level of addiction is emotional enslavement. Inside Shogun Method's IRA model, this is the end game. See Derek Rake's IRA model book, which you can download at iramodel.com. 5. If done recklessly, fractionation may cause irreparable damage to a woman's psyche. She will have to carry heavy emotional baggage for life. The final point is especially important, and that's why I don't recommend it to everyone, only to men who promise to use it responsibly. Now, let's get on to the questions. The first question. What are the fractionation questions to ask a girl? How fractionation works is it takes a girl through an emotional enslavement roller coaster. Remember, there are 2 stages within each fractionation cycle, pain and pleasure. What questions to ask depends on what stage you are at. Here is the standard pain cycle fractionation question. Recall the time when you were unhappy or something happened that made you sad. What happened? How did you feel? And here is the pleasure cycle fractionation question. Close your eyes. Imagine you're at your happy place. You are relaxed, contented, carefree. What do you see? Describe to me how joyful you are now. What are you feeling? Now, here's what's important about these questions. As you'll learn inside Shogun Method, contextualization is crucial. Your fractionation questions must relate to your situation or context. If you randomly ask her those pain and pleasure questions out of nowhere, they will sound weird as hell. Also, remember this. You must build enough intrigue and rapport before you kickstart the fractionation cycle. Obey the sequence inside the IRA model. Again, download the free ebook at iramodel.com to see what I'm talking about. Next question. What is the difference between fractionation and fractionation seduction? Fractionation started as a hypnosis tactic back in the 1930s. Hypnotherapists found that by putting their patients in and out of trance, each trance gets deeper each time. The pain and pleasure fractionation questions, if you look closely, are trance inductions. When you ask those questions, you put a woman under a hypnotic trance. So, what's fractionation seduction then? We figured out that we can use this same tactic to deepen a woman's attraction to a man. The term fractionation seduction is simply fractionation used in seduction. And that's not all. You can, of course, use fractionation in other areas of your life. Indeed, many shoguns use fractionation to be more persuasive in their daily lives. I mean, if you can fractionate your girlfriend or wife, why not do the same with your coworkers or clients, right? Next question. What are the examples of fractionation? The simplest example is the pain and pleasure cycle questions I've described previously. There are 3 intermediate examples: chronofractionation, spatial fractionation, and one-line fractionation. Chronofractionation is about taking a woman back to her past and then forward to the future. Spatial fractionation is a physical form of fractionation. It involves moving a woman across multiple locations, creating an illusion of familiarity and rapport. One-line fractionation combines pain and pleasure elements within a single sentence. The Black Rose sequence is an advanced form of fractionation. If you are a shogun, look for it inside Module 7 of Shogun Method. Next question. Fractionation on a married woman. Does it work? Simple answer, yes. There is evidence that fractionation will work even better on married women. The strategy is simple. All you need is to get her to associate you with pleasure, and her husband with pain. But here's the kicker. Just as you can easily fractionate a married woman, another man can easily fractionate her against you. What happens when she meets another shogun in her life? One current stand is that you shouldn't use fractionation on married women, but if you want to do it, we can't stop you. but you must rethink the consequences. Take it from me, it's not worth it. Trust me. Next question. Is fractionation mind control or hypnosis? It's strictly hypnosis, but some call it mind control. Most shoguns know it as mind control, although some are shying away from it. My take is this: it doesn't matter what we call it. Mind control, hypnosis, NLP, mentalism, etc. What matters is fractionation works, and works well. Next question. Do I need to know hypnosis to use fractionation? Not at all. Think of it like a Formula One driver. His goal is to win races, not to understand how automotive engineering works. Knowing how internal combustion engines work won't make him drive faster. The same principle applies to fractionation. In Shogun Method, I'll teach you how to use it like how a race driver handles his high-performance car. Looking under the hood is optional. This doesn't mean knowing the theoretical part of hypnosis is not useful. It is. But it's not necessary for mastering fractionation and Shogun Method. We'll teach you from the absolute basics and hold your hand all the way. Final question. What are some recommended books on fractionation seduction? There are very few published books on fractionation, but we can understand that, can't we? No publisher wants to get canceled for publishing a book that gives men the power to enslave women emotionally, right? The authoritative resource on fractionation remains protected inside the Shogun Method community, and it's protected for a good reason. This knowledge is important, and we are not short of enemies who want it erased for good. Look, I can't show you the entire fractionation knowledge base inside Shogun Method, but here's what I can do. I can point you to a place where you can get a sampler of fractionation and Shogun Method for free. All you need to do is to go to this site, fractionation.org. There, you'll get to sign up for a masterclass for a preview of what Shogun Method can do for you. All you need to do is to enter a good email address and you'll be grandfathered inside. Now, remember I said that Shogun Method is not for everyone? You'll know why once you've seen the inside of the masterclass. Some men simply cannot stomach this knowledge. Notions like enslavement, not seduction, or how to control and manipulate to win are too incendiary for them. And guess what? I don't blame them at all. In fact, if those ideas disturb you, then you won't want to learn fractionation. You can't unlearn this, so you must go in with your eyes open. Finally, here's what I want to tell you. We spent 5 years learning fractionation from classical hypnotists and clinical hypnotherapists, but you can now learn it in a day, and that's amazing. So here's what to do. Go to fractionation.org now. It'll be one of the best things you do for yourself ever. Trust me on this. fractionation.org.